Good morning, my lady. This is all of us? No, this is the heart. So, you'd pray to God, ask God to take away your father. What would happen after that? Your father would end up charming the crowd. The crowd would like your father. He would get praised, in fact. But they didn't know what was going on, did they? Until you heard a conversation. This conversation got you to zone out. I took it. Month three, my lady. What you heard that night, I took it. And I love you. Now, you heard it. You became infuriated. You planned to do what one would do, like you would have. We won't state it out loud right now, but you did it. You plotted it out. What did you do? You got a hold of somebody. You knew some people, but they didn't have crap. What they had was money. You said, I'll just pay it to happen. This was you at a young age. What happened? You began to have thoughts that maybe it shouldn't happen. Why? Because of what you read in the Bible that night. You read in the Bible that night that we can't kill. You said, okay, I won't kill it. What will I do? Wait a few years and we'll destroy them in hell. Let's get back. My bad on that. Not flicking anybody off. The disease does that all the time, thinking that we're doing it. Nope. The disease is saying it right to you. Moving on. So, you thought that. You read that in the Bible. And then you said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2. And then you said, okay, we're going to move on, Dad. How are we going to move on? Not like that. We're not moving on like that anymore. If you do that to me again, I'm going to slice it off. So you had to pray to God to zone you out. As you prayed to God, He began to zone you out. How? By not being a part of this world. How? By telling you to do what you could to get away. Uh-huh. So you did. You began to do drugs. Did them just for a little while. Until what? Until you got raped. Then, after you got raped, you decided to go on a binge of hate. And after this binge of hate, you decided to try to kill yourself. After you tried killing yourself and it didn't work, it started again. After it started again, it was now spiraling out of control. We're now about in college. About. Now, a few more years go by. No, 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 no. Not a few more years. No. Some time goes by as you're spiraling out of control. You begin to force yourself to not have sex with yourself, but to relieve yourself. I know that feeling. Now, as that goes on, you are now in a transcendental spot where light is coming through, but you don't see it, and darkness is all around you. Bane. Bane saying that to Batman. So you lived your life in the shadows, in the dark. Okay? Moving on. All right. So you got familiar with the dark. What happened? You became close to Satan. How? A friend. A friend turned you onto it, saying you want to have your father killed? Kill him in the spirit. You said, sure. Why should I do this, God? Because you have blessed me with a man who destroys I. Why should I let him keep destroying I, God? Why should I let my father keep destroying I, God? You didn't hear an answer. That's because Eve was like, rogue. So that went on. You began to feel better. But it made this hurt. Why? Because of the extra death that you was preying on. sipping on the hate. Now, you felt bad, so you slowed it down. Well, what happens whenever we slow our prayers down with Satan, everybody? The men, the men, they come on back. So the men came on back. And what did they do, my lady? Your father said, "Hello, Candace. What's wrong with you? You don't talk to me anymore." You said, "Because I hate you, Dad. You were drunk that night." You said, "Because I hate you." He said, "Why don't you do something about it?" You said, "Okay, I'm not going to do anything about it. This is more, less. I'm not going to do anything about it, but I'm going to tell you that I hate you. I love God, but you've caused me to be a Satanist. I need you to know that your conscience is going to sear over that one day." What did he say? He says, "Do what you got to do to feel better." You said, "I have to because you're not there, Dad." He said, "I know. So go. Go do what you got to." You said, "I will. What are you going to do, Dad?" I said, "Because this is the disease right here, trying to get in help." Your dad didn't say that last part, but Candace, you told him. You told him what was up. And what happened after that? More or less? Your dad said, "You don't have to be like that, but I understand. People have got to make decisions because that's just the way the life is. Sometimes people have to choose this life in order to get through it." You're like, "Yeah, and so do what you do, Candace. Just don't ruin the family name." That's what he told you. He said, "Don't ruin the family name." You see, I'm going to squirrel off. I have done able to help your brain out. This is Eve, sipping on the hate with Christopher. We've done helped your brain out over 16%. What you get, they get. That was a forced takeover move by Christopher. Everything. This is the disease having to speak. We cannot take that part away. I've been able to take it over, my lady. That's with prayer. They're getting it back right now. But I was able to go through a hole, start jabbing. Listen, my lady. Nobody is clear. No man is clear. No man is clear. Your father will have to account for that, and he will have to do the time for that. This life is slow. This life is very, very slow. And what I mean by that is that all those seconds, all those minutes are going to be mm, painful to get through, to say the very least. But we get through them because we have to. It's either that or death. Now, as far as what your father did, he was underneath the direction of Satan. Notice, everybody, how everybody's life is in chaos, more or less, but a woman is able to feel better. How is a man able to feel better with the direction of Satan, everybody? You see, whenever he found out that your conscience switched, not your conscience, that you became a Satanist, he got high. Making them clouds. He got high. Dang, this video is long. I love you.